Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with a deck that is always #1 in the world. This Goblin Drill deck is one of the most played decks by professional players, especially in the top 200. It's incredibly easy to drain all of your opponent's elixir, so then they're in serious pain. By constantly spamming Fire Spirits at the river, Bombers with Goblin Drills, and Bandits when your opponent isn't ready, you'll have a lot of chances to slap their towers silly. All it takes is one good Goblin Drill push or Bandit connection, and then you can rocket cycle for the rest of the game. Even if your opponent tries to counter your Goblin Drill with a Valkyrie and a Dark Prince, the Bomber and the Fire Spirit will clutch up to give you splash damage. This is one of the few decks in Clash Royale that is always played at the top of the ladder without champions. So let's go jump straight to some games and assert dominance. Subscribe to the channel to stay connected for all the daily videos. Lots of love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to support the channel. All right, we got a game against Mr. Ivan. So first things first, we're gonna go for the Fire Spirit and kick it open quickly. Gotta be fast and furious with this deck to get that delicious damage. I'm gonna go in for a Bandit here. Hopefully we can catch the Miner, and that's beautiful. We're up a lot right now with the counter push of the Bandit, so it's gonna be frustrating for our opponents to deal with. So the Goblin Drill, Goblins always spawn behind the Goblin Drill. So if we go for the Bandit in the front, usually they'll have to drop like a Valkyrie right behind it, and then something to counter the Bandit in front, which is pretty much impossible for most people to do. Yo, he went for a bomb tower, but I don't think that was the right play. If you look at what happened there, the Goblins were able to get a lot of damage still. So I'm going to log to dissipate the bomb tower a little bit quicker, and then I can go for a Bomber in the back, expecting him to go in for like Miner plus Bats. And if he does, then I've got Fire Spirit for the Bats and then Bandit for the Miner. So pretty nice stuff for us. Yo, you can't do that. You definitely can't do that. I bet I can bounce back the Valkyrie, so maybe the Bomber can splash onto the tower too. Yo, this is so dope. The Valkyrie was not going to be held in place there, but since we like knocked it back with the rocket, it knew its place where it wanted to get hit by the rocket. That's beautiful, and the Bomber was able to splash right after. So it was really cool. Valkyrie was just in purgatory completely forever, always seen on the opponent's side of its map until it died. I'm going to Fire Spirit here, and it's going to tank for the Goblin Drill so we get even more damage. Did this guy just rage quit? I think he left. I don't think he wants to play the game anymore, which is completely and utterly understandable, right? When you get outplayed by that extent, and you're playing against someone that's got Goblin Drill, I have way more damage potential than your wimpy Miner could ever fathom in its life. And that is just a super easy and delectable 3-crown. Making a person early rage quit is always fantastic. After making that man rage quit real quick, now we're 8,300 in the world. All right, we got a game against someone from Pompeo's clan, so we'll see if he's running Balloon. If you're a devoted follower of Pompeo, you probably have a Balloon deck. So I'm going to go in for a Bomber in the back, and I feel like I'm evolving, guys. I just see their name or I see their clan, and then I predict what their deck is. Maybe it's not the case, but usually when we see Zap and Tombstone, I think I was right on the money. So yeah, it's going to be a Balloon Lava Hound deck. And typically in these type of matchups, we want to go opposite lane to the Barbarians as quickly as we can and use our Bandit to the best of our ability. So I'm going to log on top of the Tombstone so the Bandit goes directly towards the tower. And then we can go in for Skeletons here to pull everything off. And then maybe defend this. I don't know. Do I have to rocket? Yeah, I think I have to rocket. I don't think the Inferno Tower is going to come down clutch because he's just going to zap it. Oh my gosh. That was really scary for a second because I was like, if he zaps and I go for Inferno Tower, I could lose. So I was having this existential crisis trying to plan out my plans and be like, if I go for Inferno Tower, probably not the right play. I was like calculating everything in my head, and that's how we ended up not dead. I'm going to Fire Spirit here. He's going to go for a Tombstone for sure. Fortunately, the Tombstone was dropped late, so now we can log it and then kill it. So then we can play very aggressive here. Typically, when you play against Barbarians, you want to go dual lane aggression. You want to go in for Bandit, and you want to go for Goblin Drill in other lanes, so then they can't defend it easily. Like, look at the Barbarians. They're not going to go onto the Goblin Drill because the Goblin Drill is, like, off to the side. And the Bomber is coming up clutch, baby. This is incredible. So I'm going to use Fire Spirit on top of the Skeleton Dragons. I just think it's a little bit better here, so I'm going to use that right now. Please don't go towards Barbarians. Please don't go on to... Why? I told you not. I gave you very specific instructions, and you decided to go against me out here. Well, that's terrible. I'm going to go in for a Goblin Drill, and I'm going to drop it off to the side, and I'm going to go in for a Bandit, and I'm going to do the exact same strategy that I did last time. He knows that he gets a really good trade because I have to go in for an Inferno Tower on top of the Balloon or rocket it, and neither of those are good decisions. I think rocketing it is better because I can cycle back to another rocket in the time period that I need. If I go in for an Inferno Tower, I won't be able to cycle that back for the Lava Hound. So I can Inferno Tower right now against the Lava Hound and then cycle back for a Balloon for a rocket for the Balloon. So that's my game plan. I think it's going to work out. We'll see. 666. What a bad omen for our opponent. Okay, so with the Skeletons coming at him, I think he has to drop more elixir than he would. That's great. We can Inferno Tower early on with the Inferno Tower going onto that instead of the Balloon or all the other stuff. That's optimal. And then we can rocket. Really good play on our opponent's end, making me spend more elixir. Definitely not the way that we wanted to play, but that's how we got to play today. With 20 seconds remaining, he's going to Lava Hound at the river. Oh my gosh. If I win this game, it would be incredibly clutch. So the Lava Hound doesn't do enough damage, but if he goes in for more spam, that could end us. So I'm going to go in for a Fire Spirit. I'm getting Drag Glitch. I'm not able to draw my cards. No. Wait, what's happening? What's happening? I'm just dropping stuff and praying that we win. Wow. Clash Royale tried to troll me right there. I couldn't see the entire screen. We somehow found a way to win against a really bad matchup where our opponent ended up having Lava Hound and we didn't have a single card that shot up. Opposite lane aggression, so you can spread your opponent thin, is the only way to win. Because this guy had to constantly worry about defending against Goblin drills, bandits, and then also bombers, he had no elixir to build up his own offense. And then at the end of the game, when the guy got a little bit lucky with lag, I am so happy we pulled that one through. So after that win, we're 7,000 in the world. All right, so jumping into the action. You guys already know the deal with this deck. We want to go for Goblin Drill if we can bait out our Dark Prince or a Valkyrie from our opponent. So that's what we're going to try to do with our Bandit in the back. Typically, they'll go and drop like a card that will have to counter the Goblin Drill. So Fisherman is a phenomenal answer to that typically. So I'm going to go for Skeletons here, and then I can go in for a Goblin Drill. Notice how the Skeletons were just completely evading the Fisherman value. It's like, yo, you want to go and yoink the Skeletons and yoink a boot instead of the big fish? You ended up getting dealt a horrible dish. And the Bomber splashes onto the tower too. I am so happy that the Bandit dashed onto the Fisherman and the Fisherman wasn't able to pull anything of value. Yeah, I'm sorry, Skeletons. You just were worthless to me there. Well, actually, maybe you were valuable because you gave me such a good interaction. All right, so the Bandit's going to dash onto the Fisherman afterward. Oh, no, it didn't work out as planned. It is what it is. So I'm going to show you guys something really, really cool. Nope, I'm not. I'm not going to do that anymore. I was planning on it, but I can't anymore. I'm going to go for Skeletons. I think he's not going to be able to afford too much here. If he goes in for a Fireball, he is definitely not going to get that much damage. Wait, the Bombers didn't step up. The Bomber stayed back because it was targeting the Fisherman, so he missed the Fireball. That's hilarious. He just got some damage, but he didn't get that much. I'm going to log on top of Skeletons or an Electro Spirit. Oh, wow, I hit the Skeletons, and then I think the Bomber splashes. Let's go. Super easy prediction because we knew that he wasn't going to be able to go for a Fisherman, and he only ended up having cheap 1 elixir cost cards that were going to get rolled by the log. Okay, so he doesn't even have 1 elixir cost card, so he has to go for another Fisherman. Very bad card cycle for our homie here. It is unfortunate that he can't build up big pushes anymore. We can go for an Inferno Tower in a spot that he's not able to Fireball on everything, so that's what we're aiming to do. We're going to go for the Inferno Tower in a position where he's going to be a bit sad about the positioning because I think that the Fisherman will die here. It's going to go and pull a Fire Spirit instead of the Bomber, and then it's going to finish itself off.
Why are we still here?
Let's go. So he's going to go for a Ghost. I want to go for a Bandit here, so then he has to Ghost on top of this, and then he won't have it for the Goblin Drill. Wait! Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me? Bandit, you're broken! This is why B-Rad and everyone hates Bandit. Whenever they lose, it's typically because of a broken card, and Bandit is just the epitome of that. When it locks onto tower, when it delivers damage for absolutely no reason, yeah, it just steals games. That's all I'm going to say. Wait, it pulls itself into that, so that's a free rocket and a half. I don't think he's going to try to defend this. Why is he trying to defend him? What is he doing? Oh my gosh. Yeah, with 35 seconds, all I have to do is defend this push, and then I think I'll win the game. So it's likely that he won't be able to go in for a Fisherman to go and pull itself onto the Inferno Tower, so he has to Fireball his way through. And I genuinely don't think there's anything that he can do. Yo, he just gave up. He's not even cycling cards anymore. Yo, that's what this deck does. It makes some of the best players in the game rage quit. That was actually just way too easy. The Bandit stole the game, and it stole my heart with that insane value. And after that win, now we're 6,300 in the world. All right, we got a game against Ice. What's up, dude? So Prison Break, well, you're not gonna be able to break down our offense, bro. That's the difficulty that you're gonna have to deal with. With the Goblin Drill always being spammed at you, the Bomber at the river that I can splash onto your stuff with. Look at that. He's gonna end up having a Royal Giant deck. We played against one of those before. I'm ready. My body is prepared. You can go for Skeletons afterward. A lot of people don't know this, but you can let the Fisherman lock on and then go for Skeletons, and the Fisherman targets the Skeletons. Notice how one of my Skeletons died. That allows you to not get predicted by spells and wait with your Skeletons slightly longer. You want to mix it up. You don't always want to do that because sometimes they'll go for a pre-log right down the middle, so you'll be better off dropping your Skeletons in the middle sometimes. But it's just something nice to know. Always switching up your defenses to be less predictable. Okay, so we're going to go for a Bomber here since it should be able to go and pull the Giant Skeleton. Giant Skeleton is not as good as it used to be. We can get Skeletons down with the Bomber and both towers targeting. Notice how I waited for both of the towers to target it because then we were able to keep the Bomber alive at more HP. Very important to maximize your control with this deck. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable. Wait, no way. That is going to be so clean. We took no damage and we just did massive value to his tower. You know what? He's going to go in for a fisherman here. So I'm going to make the prediction. I'm going to go in for a bomber here and it's going to splash onto the fisherman and it's going to give me a lot more. Oh no, he goes in for a fisherman up top. We're going to hold the fisherman in place with the skeletons. That's hilarious. That is so good. I don't know if the fisherman gets a hit on our tower. I hope not. I don't want to spend elixir. I want this to be a perfect, clean game. Wait, it makes my tower light up, and then the tower's like, nope, you didn't get damage. Isn't that hilarious? I don't think I've ever seen that before in my life. Where the tower lights up, it says that there's going to be damage, and it's like, I'll go back to sleep. All right, I could log that. I don't think that's necessarily... Okay, it was definitely worth it. I think the bandit might... No, the bandit would have taken 2 shots to kill that, so it wouldn't have been worth. Okay, so what does he do? Does he electro spirit? Does he lightning? I mean, I'm not that scared. I can just inferno tower completely counter the royal giant. Even if you lightning, it's ite. Does he lightning? Nah, he just lets the RG die. Okay, so there's no reason for me to cycle skeletons there and waste elixir. Because if I'm more efficient, then I can go in for goblin drills faster. You guys might be like, it's just 1 elixir. We don't take kindly to that type of characterization. We always make sure that we spend our elixir efficiently with this deck to maximize our offense. All right, we're going to go for skeletons and drop it a little bit later. Earlier, sorry. We're switching it up. And then we're going to go in for a band. No, we're going to go goblin drill here because he might go in for a lightning and then just want to make the prediction on that. Oh my gosh. No, get away from my clean game. Don't ruin it out here, man. Oh, the goblin got it, pulled it back. Oh, let's go. These interactions, I just got lucky. I'm not going to fib. That was not skill. That was pure and utter luck. Oh, wait, why are you giving me pure rocket value, bro? I guess he doesn't know what I have. Not supposed to do that. The zappies are dead. Now you have to spend more elixir, and that means that all I have to do is go in for 2 rockets and we win the game. In fact, I feel very comfortable going in for this. Then you can't Royal Giant comfortably. Why is he Royal Giant in the back? He can get rocket cycled right now. There's no chance that he defends this. There's literally no chance. I just rocket. That Royal Giant, it's not even going to come close to my tower, bro. What are you thinking? You wild child. You insane sir. Even if it's given like 1,000,000 years, that's not going to do enough damage in time. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. You know what, guys? I'm just going to ignore it for the memes, and then I'm going to rocket him, and as long as we don't lag again, we walk away with a very dominant and decisive victory. Look at him. He's logging, he's earthquaking, he's rail gianting, and it did absolutely nothing. I think he was just praying that I didn't know what to do and didn't know to rocket cycle, but if your tower is below or at 1,000 HP, the game is completely mine. And that was pretty fine. Now we're at 6,900 trophies and 5,000 in the world. My good karma has bounced back, guys. After that game, I think it's safe to say, even if we lag, we're gonna win. This deck is really, really good. So I'm gonna Goblin Drill at the start, and it damages on top of the guards. That's beautiful. So guards are one of the most annoying cards when you're playing against a Goblin Drill deck. You're always going to be able to use your guards and shut down all the damage. Do I Inferno Tower? It's going to be cheaper. Yeah, I'm going to Inferno Tower up high. And then say hello to my little friend, the bomber. It's going to get out of the way of that balloon and not get destroyed. Oh. Well, he used the tornado on a 2 elixir card to kill it. Gotta be honest with you right now. Don't think that was a good play, but I'm here for it, man. I'm going to go Bandit and Skeletons, which is pretty annoying to deal with if you think about it, because the skeletons behind are going to force out elixir that he wouldn't want to. Like, he wouldn't go for an electro wizard immediately on top of that if he had known what we were going to do. We went for a skill drill, and the P.E.K.K.A.'s getting splashed too. Oh, man. So when your opponent has a low amount of elixir and they have to deal with the Goblin Drill, a lot of times what will happen is they won't have elixir for everything else. So the Goblin Drill, yeah, it's going to get no damage, but the splash damage that you get from the bomber or either the Fire Spirit, it's going to give you profuse values. It's just something to keep in mind. Also, that sucks. I think that this guy has got a very interesting and weird deck. That freeze was out of nowhere. I wasn't ready for that. The Bandit was taking the weirdest pathway ever. Did you guys think that the Bandit was not going to kill the P.E.K.K.A.? Like, why did it not target the P.E.K.K.A. there? I don't know. That was wacky. So, I guess we got some bad luck there. We're getting swings of good luck and bad luck. It's just like on a seesaw out here, and I don't know which way it's going to turn. Okay. So it's likely that he's going to go in for a balloon soon. I don't want to go in for an Inferno Tower here, so I'd rather go in for a Fire Spirit and then get it into range that I can use a Bandit and then make him spend extra elixir like guards or maybe even Electro Wizard. Okay, he goes in for guards. So we know he's got freeze. The thing about balloon is you have to Fire Spirit and rocket to kill it if they're going to go in for the freeze. Yeah, I'm going to go in for a Goblin Drill in the back. We'll see what he decides to do. The P.E.K.K.A.'s not going to say hello to that anymore. We're going to force out extra elixir here. I can Inferno Tower. I'm going to save the Fire Spirit, though. Or I need to save the Fire Spirit. I don't know if I can save the Fire Spirit, because we need to save that for the balloon. Oh, never mind. He just went for a random freeze. Wait, why would he do that? I think he's desperate right now. I was thinking he would go in for a balloon and freeze and then do everything at once, but he can't even freeze with this. So we're just going to rocket everything at once and we're chilling. That's all dead. Wow. That was absolutely the easiest game of my life. The fact that he uses freeze without the balloon means that it was easy to rocket. If he does go in for a freeze with the balloon, you have to go for a fire spirit so then you can kill it. It takes 2 tower shots plus a rocket to completely kill a balloon. So because you're not able to get those 2 tower shots since your tower is frozen, you got to use the fire spirit instead. And this man wound up dead. That was such an easy win streak with this deck, and I gotta say, I'm not that surprised. It is one of the best decks in the game, and it's always top 10 in the world, if not number 1 in the world at almost every point on ladder. We completely crushed ladder, and now we're 4,900 in the world. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more daily videos, and I hope you have an incredible rest of your day.